All right, guys, I'm very excited to be talking to you all today because we have another massive story in the League of Legends offseason. Obviously, you can see I have LCS Eevee here with me today. He's going to be breaking down this story for us, but this is a big one, a major domino in the offseason falling once again. We've been patiently waiting, and now we finally have some big stories coming to you guys. Eevee, what is the latest news going on today?
So finally, Inspired has reached an agreement with the team. He is joining Lyon and will be their starting jungler coming next season.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, definitely crazy. And like I said, a bunch of people have been waiting to see what's going to happen with Inspired. And now we've seen, FlyQuest kind of start to crumble around him within the past couple of weeks, with Blippo heading out, now Busio going over to Europe. So I think a lot of people were kind of expecting Inspired to be heading elsewhere, but it was still going to be very, very interesting to see where he ended up going. Can you talk to us a little bit about how this went down? What was the market for Inspired like? What teams were interested? How does he end up at Lyon?
Okay, so Inspired was a player that pretty much everyone wanted and everyone had interest in both EU and NA. In NA specifically, he had interest from Shopify and Team Liquid, but the only two teams that gave him like a competitive offer was FlyQuest and then Lyon, and Lyon outbid the FlyQuest basically.
Yeah,
And
very good. You
and
can finish there.
uh, and he was supposed he could have joined FlyQuest if Busio stayed, but Busio went to EU, so yeah, he decided to go with Lion.
Yeah, I think that's probably what a lot of people assume too. That once Busio left, that couldn't have been a good sign for FlyQuest. Obviously, Inspired is one of the best players in the world. He's a world class player. He's going to want to have at least some kind of solid team around him. And Busio leaving had to be a big hit. But yeah, we have heard Lion getting aggressive in this offseason. We've heard them being interested in a bunch of different players and stuff like that. So this is a big pickup for them. What does this mean for the rest of the Lion team? Are they planning any other big moves? Are they going to really get this full kind of super team around Inspired, or what's going on with the rest of Lions offseason?
Lion is going really strong. They are spending a lot of money. They're talking to a lot of strong players. I can mention that they're talking to a really strong Korean import ADCs. They are talking to multiple Korean import ADCs, but they are pretty much locked in on trying to get a really strong Korean import ADC. In the other roles, it's not fully decided yet, but they are pretty much making a really strong roster.
Yeah, and that's definitely good news to hear. Obviously, NA fans want some good news after, what has been a pretty tough offseason for the LCS overall, pretty tough like past year for the LCS overall. So hearing that we do have a team that's still trying to go out, get aggressive, spend money, get us some good players, get us, hopefully we'll end up being a good roster, is going to be very, very exciting for people to hear. So I'm hoping they'll be able to round that out. As far as the other teams, obviously, I'm sure a bunch of these teams that were interested, Inspired was their number one option. But now that we know Inspired's going elsewhere, these teams, they need to start going to their backup plan. So I guess first we'll start by talking about FlyQuest. That's the biggest hit, them having Inspired and then not having him anymore. What's Inspired going to look like, or what's FlyQuest going to look like next year, rather, and maybe what are some of their other options in the jungle now?
Yeah, so FlyQuest is going to look completely different. They lost Busio. They also lost Inspired now. Weekbo is likely out as well. Right now, FlyQuest are looking at two junglers mainly. It's Yukino, who's playing on KCB in Europe, and then Tatu from Brazil.
Gotcha. Yeah. So obviously that's going to be a big change up, and then yeah, whoever they end up getting to replace Busio support and all those different options, like FlyQuest is going to be a totally different team next year, and that's going to take some getting used to because this year we were used to them being that dominant, almost super team in the LCS, and it doesn't even seem like the options are out there for them to be forming anything like that next year. But there still is some, potentially cool options. I think picking up Yukino or somebody like that would be cool. But obviously we'll see how that ends up playing out. I think another interesting one is Team Liquid. I think a lot of people, I'm assuming, were thinking that Inspired might end up at Team Liquid since Team Liquid has had a good offseason so far. They picked up Quid. They're spending some money as well. Seems like they're getting aggressive. But since Team Liquid now has seemingly missed out on Inspired, what are the jungle options looking like for Team Liquid now?
So Team Liquid, they obviously still have Yuji. His future isn't completely decided yet because Team Liquid are also looking at Korean junglers. So their jungle position is not 100% decided, but they are interested in Korean junglers mainly.
Gotcha. But yeah, so I mean, definitely a very, very crazy story. Like we said, a huge pickup for Lyon, but also a pretty huge miss out for a lot of these other teams that were potentially interested in Inspired as well. A player, of his caliber, if you ever have a chance to get him or you end up not getting him, that's going to be a very, very big thing. So not only to be cool to see what Lyon and Inspired are able to do in 2026 as a team and with the rest of their roster, but also to see how these other teams are going to respond to, not having the services of a player like Inspired as well. And this is definitely going to shake up the LCS in a big, big, big way. But I'm happy that we're getting to report that another big domino in the LCS offseason is falling. So thank you so much to Eevee for dropping this news and all the other details and stuff on this video with us today. And I can't wait for more stories and to hopefully hear from you again real soon.
Yes.